Okay, today we're going to be doing A major form bar chords. You may think, well, if I can do all of the major and minor chords with the low E string, why do I need to learn the A bar chords? Well, it's just because if you only do the low E form bar chords, then you're just moving all over the neck to try to do the different chords you need to do for a song. And it's really a lot of wasted movement, because you can do some of those same chords on the A string using the power chord the bar chord I'm about to show you, and it just makes it easier to stay in one place, because a good rule of thumb is you want to stay in one place as long as you can on the guitar. You want to do whatever is easiest. And what we're doing when we play an A form bar chord, essentially what we're doing is taking the A chord. Remember when we did this for the A chord and we flattened out our finger, and then we did the A, or the four middle strings? That's essentially what we're going to be using. We're just going to use this finger for a bass note, and then use this finger to do that bar. Let me show you what I mean. So here's the A. Let me do it this way. I'm going to use my ring finger to press down the D, G, B instead. So flatten out the finger, and we get that. Okay, the A is open. See that? The A string is open, and I have the other three strings barred, not using the high E string. Okay. Now what I do is when I move forward, one fret, go towards my body, one fret, and then I put this finger down in the first fret to make up for the movement that I have, because this string is no longer going to be open now. It'll be first fret, and then I have, so I'm essentially doing an A chord again. I just moved it up a little bit and doing a B flat chord now, but doing it the same way. And I can move up again, doing that. So what you're doing is, wherever this first finger is, this pointer finger is, that's going to be the name of the chord. And I'm going to tell you all the names of the chords, so you'll have that. But you're going to be using the four middle strings, and you'll not use the low E or the high E. Okay, so you won't use that at all. And so whenever you have this first finger down, let's go to the 5th fret, because I like doing the 5th fret here. It's a good place to start. When you put this finger down on the 5th fret, it's not only going to be holding down the A string on the 5th fret, but also with the tip of your finger be touching the low E string so that it is muted and does not come out. Now, wherever you are with this finger, because this finger is the leader, this is the name of the chord, you're going to go 2 frets away, and you're going to have your ring finger here barring the D, G, B strings, okay? And you won't be using the high E. Now, if you flatten out this finger a little bit and press down the D, G, B, and then it's probably automatically going to mute the high E, okay? You'll probably just do that anyway, but that's what you want. Now I can strum the whole, or all 6 strings, and I get what I want. I just get the 4 middle strings because the low E and the high E are muted. Okay? It's a lot to think about at first, but once you get the feeling of it, it makes it a lot easier. So what I want to do is start on fret 5 and just test the strings. Now move up 2 frets, and then we'll do 7, 9, 9, 9. Now let's move down to fret 3, or 3, 5, 5, 5. And that's an A bar chord, or an A form bar chord. You can do that anywhere. Alright, so let's learn the names of the chords. You can write this down so you can always have it. But, of course, when you do open A and D, G, B on 2nd fret down here, and, of course, you can do it this way, that's an A chord. Now, if you're on the 1st fret, you have, like this, this is going to be a B flat chord, okay? So that's a B flat, and these are all major chords. Now, if we move up 1 fret, that makes it a B chord. So write that down. If you're on the 2nd fret on the A string on the A form bar chord, makes a B chord. Move up again, and we have a C chord. Just like we did a C chord when we did open strings. See, that one sounds a lot more full, and sometimes you may want this sound. It's just kind of a lighter sound to do the chord that way. Now, the 4th fret's going to be C sharp or D flat, because C sharp and D flat are the same tone. They sound exactly the same, there's just 2 different names. Okay, so this one can be C sharp or D flat. Moving up to the 5th fret, and then we have a D chord. So that's a D chord just like this was a D chord. See, that sounds more full when you do an open string. When you do an A-form bar chord, you get a much lighter texture. Moving up again, we have an E flat chord. Okay, move up again and you have an E chord. Now this one's interesting because since we're doing an E chord and you know this low E string open is an E, so you can actually include it in that chord if you want to. Hear that? Getting the low E in there. It's okay on that one because it's an E chord. It just happens to work. If you go up again, you're on an F chord there, so that's an F chord. Next one will be F sharp or G flat. And the next one's a G chord. Alright, and let's go up a little more. The next one's going to be A flat chord. And the next one will be an A chord on fret 12. Okay, just like we started down here. And if you do it up here on 12, it's the same chord, just an octave higher. Okay? And I think that's far enough. So those are the A-form chords. So in the next lesson, we'll work on some more of that.